does one gummy bear break a fast? Absolutely. But let's stop playing snack court and make this really, really easy. You've got 4 reasons to fast. If it tastes like dessert, your fast simply over. You didn't ruin your life. Don't take it personally. You made a mistake. You did something that kind of short-circuited your goals, but it didn't ruin your life. You just changed your body's instruction so you can get back on track. Make sure to use my fasting goals matrix. You've got 4 reasons to fast: insulin control and fat burning, autophagy and cellular cleanup, gut rest and digestion break, and then finally calorie control and weight loss. Now, sugar breaks all 4. End of story. Now the part that actually helps you live your life. This is episode 109 of the Obesity Project. My name is Dr. Mark Shankman. Thank you so much again for joining me. Does sugar break a fast? This is explained very simply. And also, this is the part 10 of our fasting and health series, where you got to make sure that you go back, hit that full playlist, and go binge watch all the rest of the other videos. They're all pretty short. So let's talk about the fasting goals matrix. What's okay, or a green light, so to speak? So here's what's perfectly fine while fasting, and that's water, whether it be still water or sparkling water, black coffee and plain tea, unsweetened electrolytes, things like sodium, potassium, magnesium, without artificial sweeteners or sugar. A pinch of salt in your water will accomplish that simple thing. Got to be a good grade of salt, like a sea salt. And the gray zone. These are sort of yellow light things that can sort of backfire on you. So the gray zone items are things like 0-calorie sweeteners. These can trigger cravings, and they create a cephalic insulin, which is an insulin response to perceived sweetening or input of glucose or sugar, blood sugar. So it can create a bump in insulin in a good percentage of people. So if your goal is insulin control or autophagy, then it's best to avoid these 0-calorie sweeteners. Things like lemon, these are negligible calories and perfectly fine for most, but don't overthink it. Sugar-free gum. These can nudge appetite and some GI symptoms. Now, is one piece going to do it? Probably not. That's probably fine. But chewing sugar-free gum all day, you absolutely want to skip that. Now, the red light items, things that absolutely break your fast, are sugar, first and foremost. Even just a splash in your coffee makes that much of a difference. Creamers and milks, things like oat and almond milk and soy milk and all of these things, those can all break the fast. Those are red light items. Another red light item is collagen or protein powders. Another one is MCT or butter or oils that you're putting, like for instance, in your coffee. Even though these have a low insulin response, but they're not fasting. They do have some insulin reactivity, and this stops autophagy, stops gut rest, and adds calories. So one rule to remember, very simple rule. This is the takeaway message. If it tastes like dessert, your fast simply over. So now let's talk about why sugar specifically breaks your fast. So sugar, of course, as many of you know, if you've watched plenty of my previous videos, causes insulin spikes. And when the insulin spikes, when you get a hyperinsulinemia or an elevated insulin level, that turns fat burning mode in your body off. Also, this causes autophagy stalls. Cellular cleanup actually pauses or completely stops. Gut rest ends, so digestion has to sort of restart. And then also the sugar causes your cravings to rise, which then you're constantly chasing the crash. So you didn't ruin your life. Don't take it personally. You made a mistake. You did something that kind of short-circuited your goals, but It didn't ruin your life. You just changed your body's instructions so you can get back on track. So here's how you actually do that. So the oops, I blew it method, right? So the 3-step recovery plan to getting over those little stumbles. So protein first meal. Next time you eat, focus on the protein, eat that first. Things like egg and steak and salmon. And no apology carbs. You don't want to eat any carbohydrate in this 3-step recovery plan. You want to do a 10 to 20 minute walk after that meal that you just had, especially if you've kind of goofed up a little bit. That walk will shuttle glucose into the muscle and does not require insulin to do that. And then finally, make sure you're taking in plenty of electrolytes and water. Then resume your normal fasting schedule tomorrow. And then no punishment fast. You're not trying to make up for it by doing a 72-hour fast or a 7-day fast. None of these things. Just get back to the normal routine that you were doing prior. So here is a rapid fire sort of FAQ for you. A splash of milk in coffee, that absolutely breaks the fast. Move it to your eating window. Supplements, you want to use non-caloric pills. All right, that's fine. Gummies, oils, powders with calories, absolutely break your fast, and that is not fasting. ACV or lemon water, fine for most, but keep it small. Sweeteners, if insulin or autophagy is your goal, absolutely skip them during the fast and try adding them in to your eating window. So my final thoughts on this is sugar breaks a fast always, but the win isn't perfection, it's clarity. So stick to water, black coffee, tea, unsweetened electrolytes. You can't go wrong. Save everything else for your eating window. It's not that you have to avoid them entirely, just understand that those things belong in your eating window, not in your fasting window, and watch how much easier fasting actually becomes. So this has been the 10th episode of our fasting series. Hit the playlist to catch the rest and level up fast. And don't forget, here on the Obesity Project, we're cutting through the myths and we're getting to the root. So thank you so much for watching. I want you to stay tuned because I am going to be developing a 10-part series on the carnivore diet. As many of you know, I am a carnivore. I eat a full animal-based meal or diet, and no plants, no fruits, no nuts, no legumes, none of that stuff. We're going to talk all about carnivore. We're going to talk about what it is, how to do it. We're going to talk about what it's useful for, where it's beneficial, how it can help you, all the chronic diseases that it kind of reverses or cures. All of these things we're going to get into. So make sure to stay tuned for that and then hit that playlist when those videos come out. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.